30-second manifestation ritual. That's the phrase that will guide us tonight, and I want you to hear it like a secret drumbeat under everything you've lived. The 30-second manifestation ritual is not a shortcut for the lazy and not a spell for the desperate. The 30-second manifestation ritual is the moment you stop waiting at the gates of your life and remember you were born with the key. Picture this differently than you ever have before. Not a sunrise, not a quiet room, but a storm out at sea. A lone ship moves through black water. The sky is a bruise of clouds. The waves don't hate the ship, they simply are what they are. And inside that ship, in the warm belly of wood and lantern light, there is a captain holding the wheel. He doesn't scream at the ocean. He doesn't beg the wind. He stands still and sets a course. The sea responds not to panic, but to direction. That captain is what Florence Scovel Shinn called your inner royalty, the part of you that commands life through faith and spoken word. And if your days have felt like you're being tossed around by waves you didn't choose, then listen closely. The ocean is not your enemy. It's your mirror. It's waiting for your course. In a moment, I will lead you into a 30-second ritual that changes the course of the ship, not by forcing the sea, but by returning you to the wheel. And you will understand why Florence said the adventure of faith begins the second you stop asking and start assuming. But first, we need to walk through the fog together. The silence before everything changes. There are silences that are empty and silences that are alive. You've felt the second kind before. It's the hush right before a decision, right before a door opens, right before your life steps from almost into now. Maybe you're hearing this in the middle of a crowded afternoon, phone buzzing, responsibilities stacked like bricks. Or maybe at night, when the world finally stops demanding things and you meet yourself again. Either way, it doesn't matter. The universe doesn't keep time by clocks. It keeps time by readiness. And if you are here now, something in you is ready. Florence Scovel Shinn was a woman who spoke to that readiness like it was a flame. She lived in a world that tried to teach scarcity as truth and fear as wisdom. Yet she kept insisting on something radical, something beautifully dangerous. Your word is your wand. Your faith is your engine. Your inner state is your destiny. She didn't say this poetically, she meant it literally. To Florence, every spoken sentence was a command sent into the invisible. Every habitual thought was a seed in the soil of your future. Every mental image was architecture. And life, in her view, was not a random judge, but a faithful mirror. So let me ask you the question she would ask you right now, softly but firmly. Have you been commanding your life or reacting to it? Have you been governing your inner kingdom or surviving inside it? Because there is a difference so vast it can split a timeline. Asking says, I don't have it. Declaring says, it is already mine by divine right. Begging vibrates lack. Assuming vibrates fulfillment. And the universe responds to vibration the way a lake responds to the moon. It reflects what stands above it. Why almost hurts so much. There's a particular kind of pain to being close, almost healed, almost free, almost prosperous, almost loved, almost living the life that calls your name at night. Almost is not a failure. It's a frequency mismatch. Florence would say almost appears when desire is louder than certainty, when wanting is strong but believing is shy. And I know this place. I know the exhaustion of trying everything. Affirmations written in a notebook you hoped would become prophecy. Visualizations that felt beautiful for 5 minutes and empty for 5 days. Prayers that left your chest open and your circumstances unchanged. Courses, meditations, moon rituals, gratitude lists, new morning routines, New Year resolutions, and that quiet ache after all of it. Why am I doing everything right and still feeling left behind? Listen carefully. If that question has burned in you, it doesn't mean you are broken. It means you were taught the wrong posture. You were trained to wish at the sky instead of speaking from the throne inside yourself. Florence's voice would lean close to you here and say, "You don't receive what you want. You receive what you accept as true." Not true as in factual external evidence. True as in what you assume to be your identity. True as in what feels like home in your nervous system. Here comes a hook to hold your heart open. What if the delay you've been fighting is not proof that life is ignoring you, but proof that your inner self is teaching you how to command instead of plead? Stay with me. This is where the wind begins to turn. The world trained you to doubt. If doubt visits you often, don't accuse yourself. Doubt is learned. The world trained you to believe in effort as the price of worthiness. It taught you that nothing comes without suffering first, that blessings must be dragged through mud to count. It put a crown on struggle and called it reality. Florence taught the opposite. She said what is truly yours arrives with peace. What is aligned does not require you to bleed for it. What belongs in your life comes through a door that opens, not through a wall you break. That doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you do right action. Action that comes from intuition, not panic. Faith doesn't make you passive, it makes you precise. Florence's universe is not a tyrant. It is a servant of divine order. And divine order isn't a cold formula. It's the intelligence of love arranging your life through you. Which means the problem is never that the supply is missing. The problem is only that your inner yes has been delayed. Before we go further, let's make this present. In the comments, write one short word or phrase. I claim blank now. One thing, one word, no explanations. Let that be your first public decree, a tiny crown placed on your own head. The mirror law. Life reflects your state. Florence said the outer world is a mirror, not a judge, not a punishment, not a test. If what you see outside does not match what your soul longs for, that doesn't mean you are incapable. It means your internal frequency is contradicting your desire, not because you want to sabotage yourself, but because you were conditioned. Families repeat scarcity without meaning to. Cultures glorify struggle without noticing. Traumas teach the body to distrust ease. Comparison makes abundance feel unsafe. Old disappointments program the nervous system to expect no, and expectation is magnetic. Florence knew that emotion is the engine, not logic. You don't attract what you think about once in a while. You attract what you feel as normal all day long. So if lack feels normal, lack returns. If love feels dangerous, love keeps distance. If prosperity feels for others, your life agrees. This is not a punishment. It's a spiritual physics. Now here's the doorway. You can change your state faster than your circumstances can argue about it. That is what the ritual is for. Not to convince the universe, to realign you to the truth already waiting. Why a 30-second ritual can rebuild a lifetime. Your mind might resist this. How can something so short shift something so big? Because the ritual isn't about duration. It's about presence. Presence is a sword that cuts through automatic programs. In presence, your body stops rehearsing fear. In presence, your mind stops predicting disaster. In presence, you're no longer living in yesterday or tomorrow. You are at the throne of creation, now. Florence said the spoken word now is the hammer that builds tomorrow. And the hammer doesn't need hours to strike. A single precise blow can split stone. Think of your inner life like a tuning fork. Most days, it's vibrating the same old note. 30 seconds of true alignment hits a new note so clearly that the entire field begins to adjust to it. You can feel this when someone walks into a room with certainty. The air changes, not because they force it, because their vibration is coherent. The ritual creates coherence, and coherence creates miracles. Here's another hook, because something important is coming. What if your life doesn't need more time to change, only a more sovereign inner sound? Let's learn to make that sound. And if you're ready to practice this into your bones, not just here at once, join the 21-day challenge to create your dream life. The link is below. It's a daily return to the throne, a way to turn a single spark into a new identity. Now breathe again. We're stepping toward the core. The inner crown, worthiness as frequency. Florence taught a truth that can feel both gentle and sharp. You receive what you believe yourself worthy of receiving. Not worthy in a moral sense, like some cosmic courtroom. Worthy in the vibrational sense. What feels safe, what feels possible, what feels like you. If you assume you are small, life gives small. If you assume I'm not the one who gets picked, life echoes that. If you assume majesty, life rearranges. But majesty is not arrogance. Arrogance says, I am above others. Majesty says, I am part of the infinite. Arrogance separates. Majesty integrates. Majesty is humility with spine, remembering you are a child of divine supply. And maybe you forgot, not because you're weak, because you were busy enduring. So look back on your hard seasons with new eyes. Those nights you cried alone. Those moments you felt abandoned. Those near misses and delays. Those relationships that cracked your trust. Florence would say they were not punishments. They were emptying, clearing room, removing what couldn't come with you, preparing your inner house for a new tenant, certainty. You are not starting over from scratch. You are starting over from power. The 30-second manifestation ritual, guided. This ritual is short because it's a return, not a performance. You are not asking the universe to do something. You are assuming the state where it is already done. Find stillness where you are. You don't need special music or candles. You just need your presence for half a minute. Step 1. Enter the now, 5 seconds. Feel the ground under you. Feel your breath entering and leaving. Let your body be here. Say inwardly, I am present. Step 2. The royal decree, 10 seconds. Say these words aloud if you can. If not, say them with full feeling inside. I accept my divine right now. I receive what is mine by divine order. I trust the God within to make the way. Don't rush. Let the words become a posture in your chest. Step 3. Seal with feeling. Now imagine the reality you desire not as something you're begging for, but as something already assigned to you in divine intelligence. Feel the peace of it. Feel the naturalness of it, like wearing a robe that always belonged to you. This is crucial. You are not trying to force a feeling. You are letting yourself return to a feeling you recognize at soul level. Step 4. Release and know. Exhale softly and say, it is done. The unseen is moving. That's the ritual. 30 seconds, a crown, a command. After the ritual, right action and right timing. Now your mind will ask, what do I do next? Florence's answer? Right action. Right action is not frantic hustling. It is movement that arises from intuition, from peace. Your intuition is not random. It's divine supply giving you directions. After you declare, life begins to reorganize. You may feel nudges, to send a message, to apply for something, to leave something, to say yes, to say no, to rest, to speak, to risk a little, calmly. Right action often feels simple. It's the panic that feels complicated. Let your next step be guided by quiet certainty rather than fear of missing out. What if the door you've been praying for is already open, but it looks too ordinary for your expectations? Watch carefully. Divine doors often appear as small chances until you walk through them. The spoken word, your wand in real time. Florence treated words like living seeds. Your speech is not passive. It is architecture. Every time you say, I always struggle. I never have enough. It's hard for me. Love doesn't last. I'm unlucky. You install that as a law in your field, and the universe mirrors laws faithfully, not because it's cruel, because it's precise. So Florence taught people to change their self-talk like a commander changes a flag, not to pretend, to assume, because assumption is not lying, it's selecting reality. Try these living decrees. Divine order is my schedule. What is mine cannot miss me. I have endless supply from the God within. Right love finds me now. The way is revealed under my feet. Speak them like scepters, not like fragile wishes. Your voice is a tuning fork. Life tunes itself to your dominant note. When doubt returns, because it might. Let's be honest, doubt will try to come back. It's old muscle memory. Your mind might say, nothing has changed yet. What if this is just fantasy? What if I get hurt again? Florence would not fight doubt with drama. She would answer it with authority and move on. Doubt. There's no evidence. You. The unseen is already at work. Doubt. You're not worthy. You. I am one with infinite intelligence. Doubt. Maybe later. You. Now is my appointed time. And then you return to peace. Each time you do this, you weaken the old frequency and deepen the new one. Each time you reclaim the throne becomes home. Love, prosperity, healing. The same law. Florence didn't separate life into little spiritual categories. She taught one law working everywhere. Faith plus word plus right action. Whether you are calling in prosperity, health, love, purpose, reputation, or safety, it is the same internal alignment. Prosperity isn't money chasing you. It's you becoming a person who assumes divine supply. Healing isn't forcing the body. It's you assuming wholeness and acting from it. Love isn't luck. It's you assuming right relationships and leaving rooms that contradict that assumption. The ritual is your reset button. 30 seconds to return to the state where the mirror changes. The door that never shuts. Florence often spoke of divine supply as inexhaustible, not a faucet that turns on for the chosen, an ocean. An ocean doesn't run out because someone drank a cup. Divine supply doesn't diminish because you receive. The universe is not saying, let's see if you deserve it. It is saying, what are you accepting as true now? So if you were taught to feel guilty about wanting more, release that today. Desire is not sinful. Desire is divine intelligence pulling you forward. You are not asking for too much. You are remembering what is yours. The quiet evidence you will start seeing. After you begin living from decree, signs appear. Not always fireworks. Sometimes they are small rearrangements. A conversation that lands like a key. A delay that saves you from a wrong door. A coincidence that feels like choreography. A sudden idea that solves a month-long problem. A person who appears at exactly the right minute. These are not accidents. They are the mirror recalibrating. Your job is to keep returning to the state. Do the ritual in the morning. Do it before a meeting. Do it when fear visits. Do it when you feel yourself shrinking. 30 seconds to say, I am in divine order. I receive. You are not late. You are aligning. Some of you feel behind, like life is a train you missed years ago. Florence would smile gently and say, there is no late in divine order. There is only alignment. You can step into your right timeline in an instant, not by force, by faith. The only thing the universe requires of you is agreement, and agreement happens through your word. So speak to your day before it speaks to you. Before you open the phone, open your inner throne. Before you check your bank account, check your inner assumption. Before you walk into the world, decide what reality you are carrying into it. The rising, becoming the promise. Let's come back to the ship we started with. The sea is still the sea, the wind is still the wind, but the captain has remembered the wheel. That's the transformation. Your outer world may still look like waves for a bit, but your inner command changes the course long before the shoreline appears. Here is the turning point. You were never meant to chase the promise. You were meant to become the promise. And when your word matches your divine identity, the universe does not hesitate. It rearranges. It delivers. It aligns people, places, offers, timing, and openings. Not because you begged correctly, because you assumed correctly. So right now, even if your voice shakes, declare inwardly, I accept, I receive, I trust. Let those be more than lines. Let them be a throne you live from. The God within you is not distant. Infinite intelligence is not delayed. Divine supply is not on vacation. It is as near as your breath, as obedient as your assumption, as alive as your word. And now, feel it. Your word is the wand. Your faith is the fire. Your 30 seconds are already moving mountains in the unseen. This isn't where it ends. This is where the invisible becomes visible. This is where your inner crown becomes your outer world. So, step again into the ritual when this video fades into your day, not as a desperate act, but as a royal one, because the door is open, the course is set, and what is yours by divine right is already on its way, recognizing your voice like home.